Good afternoon. I have just returned from Buckingham Palace, where I accepted an invitation from His Majesty the King to form the next government of this great nation.
Meanwhile, I think the first thing I have to say is responsibility lies with Hamas. This is cold-blooded murder of men, women, even children. It is terrorism, and Israel has the right to defend herself. And there are ongoing situations with hostages, and Israel has the right to do everything that it can to get those hostages back safe and sound. And therefore, I'm very clear, Israel does have that right to defend herself, and Hamas bears responsibility.
A siege is appropriate? Cutting off power, cutting off water?
Well, I think that Israel does have that right. It is an ongoing situation. Obviously, everything should be done within international law, but I don't want to step away from the sort of core principles that Israel has a right to defend herself and Hamas bears responsibility for these terrorist acts. And I would call on all responsible states, particularly Middle East responsible states, to call this out for what it is, and to stand with the world in utterly condemning these actions by Hamas. This is a crisis where lives hang in the balance, and where the enemies of peace and democracy would like nothing more than for us to become divided and to abandon our values. Does the Prime Minister agree that during this grave crisis, this House must strive to speak with one voice in condemnation of terror, in support of Israel's right to self-defence, and for the dignity of all human life that cannot be protected without humanitarian access to those suffering in Gaza and the constant maintenance of the rule of international law?
The Labour Party does not, or will not, support BDS. Its principles are wrong, targeted alone at the world's sole Jewish state. But a policy of BDS would be counterproductive. It would drive people apart when we should be bringing them together. And let's be clear, it wouldn't just hurt the people of Israel and Palestine. It would cause huge damage to the relationship between Israel and the United Kingdom. I look forward to visiting Israel with LFI as soon as possible. It's a top priority for me to visit, to listen, and to understand. I'm committed to doing all I can to continue rebuilding the important bond with our friends in Israel.
Keir Starmer, you are facilitating Israel's genocide in Gaza. Stop the killing of children. Freedom for Palestine. Stop the genocide. You're responsible for killing babies in Gaza. You are responsible for killing babies in Gaza. Shame on you.
I know your wife is a Jewish woman. Does she have family or friends caught up in this?
Yes, we have extended family in Israel.